Hello. It's Friday. It's Friday. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday. Mine's been pretty chill so far, and I'm good with that. Um, I'm Lucinda. Hello. This is my channel, Fantastic Finds. Uh, I specialize in costume jewelry. It's my first love. Items like these incredible acrylic earrings really make me feel happy. This bamboo wire wrapped bracelet, I love it to death. I've got a light green one. I'm just wearing the black one today. And then I also love sterling silver. I mean, who doesn't? But I mix and match it and have a good time with that. I wear things like, yes, I do, this costume jewelry ring. And anyone who really knows their silver could probably tell that this is not silver. But on a casual glance, yeah, in fact, I'm going to leave it on my finger for the day, for the sale. So, I know that there's a lot of people on Friday, a lot. And I just saw that a very popular reseller is doing a pop-up consignment that started an hour ago. So we don't have a lot of crossover, but we do. All of us jewelry, opening up seltzer flavored water thing, Waterloo. Um, we all have crossover, but there's just no way possible to schedule on YouTube that you're never on at the same time as another reseller. So I'm not worried about it. Nope, not in the least. So yesterday I had a sale and I sold 3 items. 4. That was pretty dang bad. That's unusual for me. And I had the most views that I think it was only the second time that I've had that many views. And yet still no one was buying. Now, it's not the end of the month. It's kind of the middle of the month. It is the beginning of summer vacation. So I don't know. So today is the end of week 2. I do a 2-week build a box. People who know me are familiar with that. Saves me time on invoicing. Saves you money by me shipping out multiple items that you purchase at once instead of 1 item or 2 items with essentially almost the same within a couple dollars shipping prices. So, I think it's a win-win for everyone, and I can afford to sit on the payment for that long. I don't pre-bill and then, figure it all out later. No. So today I am going to do something that I used to do for quite a while, and then I stopped doing it because, I didn't have, I was doing so much in sales. I'm going to do a kick it, roll it on back to let's look at things and let's talk about how to date them. Let's talk about what is this item? What would be the clues to that it's vintage at all? It's not vintage. I don't think I brought any of that up, but I'll talk about what you would find if it's not vintage. How to tell, maybe if it's been redone. So you know what you're looking at other sales. You know what you're looking at a thrift store, estate sales, whatever. You just have knowledge. And I want you to share with me. Because even though I sold in the 70s, high-end department store, costume jewelry, so I have a solid background in all of that at the flea market. 50 pounds for $50. Made a killing with my mom. That was cool. Um, and then I've been selling since eBay started. On eBay, took a break. Now I'm back. I don't know everything, and I never will. I learn stuff from other resellers and from all of you every single day, sometimes several things a day, because there's just, I had all the books back in the day. Oh, yeah. Nowadays, there's the internet, so I go to that and I do, but I drill down, because your first result is most likely not going to be the correct result. Sometimes it is, bingo. But Google image search has really switched over to trying to sell you things. So they'll pull up a general AI, which I wish it wouldn't default to AI, description, and then they might show you your item or something similar and a bunch of similar stuff, because they're now trying to get you to go to all these other platforms and buy these other items. So you really, unfortunately, you can just pop it up and say, this is a piece of jewelry, which is fine. There's no problem with that. Or you have to have some kind of background. And, sometimes I can spend an hour or two trying to figure something out and still not fully know. Sometimes I get it within 10 minutes. Sometimes I already know. So at any rate, and it's a sale. Everything I'm bringing is for sale. Okay, so that's what we're doing, a sale and a chat. And I hope I get enough people in here to chat with me. It's the end of 2 weeks. Build a box. Today is the last day of the 2 weeks. And then I will invoice out. Everything will, mostly be paid. I usually wait till 95% has been paid. And then it all goes to the post office. So that should be next Thursday or Friday. Next week, I'm having a staycation. I will do a couple drop sales, but I need to catch my breath, put away inventory, do repairs, and do other stuff around my own house, including just maybe absolutely nothing. Maybe absolutely nothing. I want to go see a friend of mine. She really wants to help me with some of the jewelry repair and sorting, and yeah, and I just want to see my friend. But I thought this. So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go super fast, super fast. I'm gonna type in the price and I'm gonna hold up the item, and I'm gonna put it right down. Okay, it's from yesterday. I'm gonna hold, and it's gonna be at reduced from what it was yesterday. I'm gonna hold it up, put it down, hold it up, put it down. I'm gonna get through this small box here in maybe 20 minutes, and then do the chat and sale of higher end. Higher end means higher end costume, and I don't think there's a few sterling silver and other vintage pieces in that realm. And I have a ton of rings. If anyone's ever interested in rings, let me know. So otherwise, that's one of the drop sales I'll do, is all the rings I have, telling you the size, what it is, and the cost in a drop sale. But, I prefer to do it face to face. And I got people just coming in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Okay, now, here's another thing. I finally got this together. I got a jot form, and I know how to put it in the chat, and I know how to pin it. Don't I? I don't. No. Yes. If I star it, is it pinned? Oh, no, no, no. I don't know if that's pinned or not. Oh, y'all have to tell me if you see my jot form and if it's pinned. Ag. I have a little bit of time today. I'm not in a super hurry, but I thought, ooh, wide. What happens if I do that? Nothing? Nothing. Okay. I'm going to get out of here. Hey, Tinker. It works? Hi, Tinker. But Tinker, is it pinned? I know that I got it the right thing. But my friend Jen said I did do it. I'm a big girl now. But my friend said yesterday, no, it's not pinned. And she said, just go where the 3 dots are and pin it after you put it up. And I'm like, but wait a minute. That's only delete, put user in timeout, or ban a user. So that's not right. I start it. That's weird. Well, it doesn't matter because I can just keep copying and pasting it. And I know, thank you. I know that Tanya's on. So, today's going to be weird. Because she hasn't been on in a week. So everyone's going to go over there. But that's all right. I'm going to do what I need to do. And if no one comes in and I get bored, well, heck, I'll shut her down. I got other things to do today. How's it going, Tinker? Okay, so I'm going to do the thing of holding up the item, putting in a price, and boom, 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 okay? Just to see if I can, get anywhere. I mean, the reality is it's going to be buy it nows. It's the only way it's going to work. $20. Super fast. This is a repurposed with a toggle. These are very old black. Oops, sorry, you're too far away from me. Black glass vintage beads. I know they're old because they have chips. So they have not chips, they have little dings. So that is a more kind of fragile, older glass. There are teeny tiny spacers in between. I'm pretty sure these are glass pearls, and it is about 16 inches long. It's absolutely gorgeous and elegant. Okay. Thank you. These are one of my favorite. Okay. So that item, and if you come in later and you want to see what I brought up or you want to claim it, go for it. But this part is bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. 6. Because I'm not going to be on except for, like I said, drop sales. And, I do okay with those. 2 different cocktail rings. 1960s. This one's beige greens. And pinks. Faux. This one is not adjustable. It is a size 4. It's tiny. This one is all gray. They are glass, not acrylic. It is adjustable. This came down to a 8, and it can be adjusted in or outwards. Probably 7.5 to almost 9. And they're just fun and funky. They jingle and jangle, and they're lovely. Totally MCM. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm going to move fast on these. So if you come in later, and you will have to put in what the price is because I have lowered the prices and I'm just moving on. I have a lot of inventory, and one of my objectives is to get rid of older inventory to get newer inventory in here. This is a beautiful acorn cap lobster claw. Mother of pearl, crystal, and undyed howlite 3-strand necklace. These are acrylic. This is crystal. The mother of pearl is from the Mediterranean. It is a brown, copper, golden mother of pearl, not the purples and greens that we have here. And it is a collar. It fits right like that. It's absolutely stunning. $15. Steal of the day. See, I don't even want to type in the item because I just want to move on. These are incredible, probably 80s hot pink musical note or paperclip metal clip-on earrings. They are about 2.5 inches long. And what you can do with these is remove the black tops and then just have the jump ring and put them on wires if you do not wear clips. Okay? I'm going fast enough for y'all. I'm not playing around. This is a 1970s or earlier copper cuff. It's before, and it's got 5 bands welded together and then smooth. This is early. This is worth a lot more than 20. It's really nice. It's before they started saying genuine copper and all that. Probably artisan made, possibly even older than the 60s or 70s. It does easily fit on my 7.25. It's very wide. I could smush it in and it would be tighter on me, or I could wear it up higher, or you could take it up to a large enough size to be it's sitting at about 7.75. If you wanted to widen it a little, you could make it to an 8. If you want to push it in some, you could bring it down to about a 6.75, but I wouldn't advise doing more than that with it. Okay, so I don't do recaps. So anyone who's in here, I'm doing a chat and sale high end today. I'm just going over the items that did not sell yesterday and offering them up for it, like almost half of what I was asking yesterday, because I'm taking a staycation. So I don't do a recap. So if you're interested in claiming anything, you need to put in the price and what the object is. I trust my people to not BS me. This could be made in Murano, Italy, blown glass, or it could be a repop from China. I have no way of distinguishing them because they're made in both places. Nonetheless, it's beautiful. It's blue, black, copper drop frosting. It is twisted at the bottom here. It is kind of concave, out, in, back out. And this is the twist that you put the chain through. Here is the blue color. It's a really gorgeous midnight blue and black with copper dusting spots. Ready to go on a chain. $7. Excellent price. This Hopi pin is mine now, so it's not going. The Rain Dancer. Oh, Zuni. Excuse me, Zuni. It's not going anywhere. These are going to be a buy it now of 8. I love these. And, I was thinking about these earlier because I watched something that Tanya was making, and I thought, wow, I wonder if that is sterling silver wire. I've never tested it. I doubt it because they have acrylic on the bottom, and I would think if someone was going to go to all the effort to use sterling silver wire, that they would have used at least glass. These are shoulder duster earrings that have movement galore. They're absolutely, I mean, I love these, and they don't sell today. They're mine. See how they dust your shoulders? They have movement, movement, movement. So they are over 3 inches long. There is 5 pieces, $8. They were not mass marketed. I love them. Okay. Hello to anyone who's here. Sorry. Of course, when I'm moving fast, I type funny. I talk funny too. I talk funny even if I'm not moving fast. So this is natural substance, Inuit probably, whale. It is either carved bone or ivory. See the lines? I cannot tell you which one. I think there's a Presidium waiting at my post office. I don't even know if that would distinguish between bone and ivory, nor do I know. Well, actually, I do know one thing. Bone, I believe, glows. Ooh, but I don't know about ivory. So this glows green, so that points to bone, but I don't know if ivory glows. So this was on a cord upside down, like a satin cord. I didn't like it, so I took it off. It needs to just go on its own little necklace or just have it around. It's a fantastic thing. I'm considering keeping it at this point. But I don't need to keep things, so please don't let me. This also cannot go in slash price like that. These are sterling silver, teeny tiny, old like Taxco. Pierced earrings. This is, I can't even tell you how small of a price or profit I would be making, if any, on these. Typical grape leaf pattern with the swirl and the tiny little flower from the solder drops. They are sterling silver. They are pierced earrings. Let me do this. And they're yeah, my fingers are on the way. It's hard with these. See how little they are? Little. But if you like little things on your ear, they're perfect. So, see, here I am going over this real fast, and no one's claiming even at less than, most of these items I'm asking less than half of yesterday. And then I'll get to what, to the rest of it. But wowzer. I don't know. But I'm having no luck today, no luck yesterday. Sometimes it's just like that. And thank goodness it's not usually like this, or I would be throwing in the towel and offering up all my inventory. And then I wouldn't quite know what to do with myself, because this is what I love. This is a gold look with silver look, but it's just, gold tone and silver tone. Magnetic closure. Pendant to just go over your torque, your keychain, your whatever. I would use it as a pendant. It's really nice. It's about 2 inches. And I don't know why it has a magnetic closure, because you don't need it. It's very well made. No idea by who. It's $3. I'm taking a loss. It's worth more than $3, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm bringing up some things right quick just to see if anyone's interested. I'm not going to offer those up at reduced. I'll bring these. These are most likely 1980s. They are clip-ons. They are fabulous. They're swirled paint earrings, greens, kind of really light pastels. So I think they're like late 70s or very early 80s. And they do have texture. They have a lot of pattern going on. I really like these pieces. So this was probably dipped in a kind of oil based, and then it has a clear coat. This is the back. This is this one. It's different. See how it's raised, but it does have a clear coat. And the 80s are hot. The 80s are in. So, see what's happening? You see how many items I just put in and not a single claim. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop doing it because I have, I don't know, another 12 items over there, but nobody's interested. So we're going to see how it goes with my chat today. I'm not sure with the chat and higher end sale if people are going to hang out and if they're interested or if they're just going to move over to someone else's channel because people are just in, out, in, out, in, out. And when I see that happening, I know that it's probably not my day. That's okay. That used to stress me out. It doesn't stress me out anymore. I'm just like, okay. Alrighty then. So, I'll start with the easy item. This is my higher end, although this is not a super expensive item. Talking about vintage costume and some other vintage sterling silver, etc., and how you can date it. And I like it when there's people here and they chat with me and they say, yeah, I had those, and I bought that in the 80s or in the 60s, or ooh, my mom had that, or whatever, so that it checks my knowledge and it adds to my knowledge. Okay, so this is actually going to be a buy it now, but we're going to talk about it. And this is one of my items. Plastic. This is lucite, which I love. Gonna have a big plastic sale. I have to set that up as well. This is a moon glow golden amber bangle. Now, how did they do this? This is likely from the 70s, possibly the 60s. And I know that because I've been around and doing this for a while. That is inside. So probably, yes, I see exactly what it is. It's a beautiful color. It's way too small for me, or I would wear it. So I'm going to tell you the size, and then I'm going to talk about how do you know 2.5 inches. See, so it should, 2.5 inches is a 7.25, but you have to be able to get it over your hand. And I could almost smash it down, but right here on my hand is thicker. Some people have long, really skinny hands and fingers. I don't. So if you don't have long, skinny fingers, this is not going to fit you. So it should be a 7.25 by the 2.5 across dimensions, inside dimensions. It could go down to a 7. So how they did these, there's a clear coat on top that has this coloring underneath it. And then they put a silver thick paint, or I don't know, maybe it's enameled on. It's very thick. It's not easy to scratch, but you can see. You remember where that one spot was where I said, oh, is that dirt? Right there, it got a tiny scuff over the years. And so it shows right there, though that's a different one. So there's a couple of those. That is the only flaw of how they made these. What they should have done is put a clear coat over this silver enameling or painting. And you know what? You could. I could literally spray something like a spray can kind of clear coat. Although what I would do is if I had that, I would get a spray can, clear coat, and then spray it onto a paintbrush and paint the inside so that no more comes off. But I love these. And I remember these from the late 60s. And I remember people wearing them in the 70s. Possibly even the 50s. I love the color. It's like honey. It's like honey. Hi, my Captiva. Oh, hi. Oh, you almost took a nap. No, I just started. I come on at 3 o'clock on Fridays. My Captiva, how are you? Of the artist Alex Bitar. Yes, just recently. He makes these glowing lucite pieces. Wonder if this is similar. No, because this isn't lucite. And whoever else is around. Well, actually, heck and damnation. I didn't think it was, but it is a lucite. Look at that. Tinker, happy ducker, which it is lucite over top. See? Thank you. That is exactly why on days like today, when we're having a conversation and a sale, why I want input. So I don't know that this is an Alex Bitar piece, but it is lucite with this silver paint. And again, I would get a clear coat with a paintbrush and just put it in here. And if you have small, slender fingers, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. Just makes me want to go get honey. Yeah, hi, my Captiva. My Captiva. So this was a piece I thought I'd start with, nice and gentle and easy. And it is a piece that if no one buys it today, it's going to go over some of my plastic over there. I have a huge box of incredible plastics. And I'm going to have a sale of nothing but plastic. And I bet no one buys a thing because I seem to be the only, maybe besides Tinker, plastic fanatic on the planet. So we'll see. That's not true. There's other people who like plastic, but I don't think as much as me. I'm actually okay today, my Captiva. I've had a good day. I had a good morning, but my back's been okay. I think the heat did something. I don't get it, but I don't care. I'll take it because severe stenosis is arthritis. So maybe the winter cold. And now that it's been hot, I'll take it. I decided to walk up along the side of my house with my dog this morning, and I first stopped and did a video of I had 9 trees cut down, and there's this one at the top that's only 70 feet from my house on each side, east and west, where claws have just been shredding. It looks like they're making fat wood, shredding into it. And today there was even more shredding and pieces on top of the stump. And I'm like, okay, the bears have been here. So I'm like, I need to go up to my bear pole. I put the short up. Go watch the short. I literally swear in it. And I filmed a whole thing for YouTube, then a short thing for my family, but I wasn't filming. So I just posted the one from my family. Go look. Holy, yeah. It's not good. So what size is it, my Captiva? You asked me. Yeah. We have dangerous bears up here right now. Not happy about it. I have bear spray. I have bear bombs. I have air horns. You know, I got my little dog. This is a small. So this, the inside diameter is 2.5, which would make it a 7.25, which is my wrist size, down to a 6.75 if you don't mind your bangles hanging down like this, which I like. But you need long, narrow hand. It won't go over my hand because it's wide right here, if that makes any sense at all. So if that helps you, see, I just have short, stubby fingers, and then it's flat. Some people have this very narrow, long hand. So if you are a size 7 with long, narrow fingers, yep, see, yep, there you go. And and it, I don't know, I have heard of Alex Bitar, to go back to that tinker. So I'm going to make a note of that and go look up his work. But I think he's more modern than this. That's like a mass-produced piece. So I don't know. I'll go look. Thank you. And my Captiva, yeah, I totally want to see it. I love Lucite, and he's on YouTube, I'm assuming. So Captiva. I bought a whole bunch of stuff, boom, 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 at extremely reduced prices from yesterday. So if you want to go back in time and look at that and tell me the item and put the price in, they're there just for this sale. Yeah. Oh, he is an artist. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know exactly who this is. Now these, everybody's going to know what these are, right? I hope. Ugh. One of those, I was getting 3 sales together, and so some of these, what I consider higher end, and higher end can mean more expensive. They can also mean that they're just extra cool, right? Oh, he's an artist, so he doesn't make jewelry. I gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. Yes, but I still am pretty sure I know who we're talking about. So these are fabulous. And these have a special kind of clutch back. Do you see that? And I'm so sorry, I'm hiccuping. I know there's actually a company that did that kind of clip-ons, this particular thing. But in this moment, I'm not sure who it is. They are, but There's something on the back. And so this is a time y'all talk to me. Can you email me first? Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking? I got to it. Can you email me first? Because remember, my email wouldn't get to you, but I can try again first after I replay. Maybe just a test email from you. Oh, well, you didn't. Oh, that was Angela. Look what I got. My Captiva. Look what I got. You can go to my jot form. Oh, he does make joy. He's not on YouTube. Can you, is this highlighted for you all? Melly sent your info also. That's correct. So periodically, because I can't figure out how to pin this thing, I'll put it in. So there is a something here. I bet it says patent pending. Nope. Look at that. Yes, it does. Patent pending. So patent pending. These are incredible clip-on earrings. There's so much of this enameled goodness going around. Right now, of course, red, white, and blue would be a really hot theme for those who are really into the 4th of July, etc. Or it's Christmas. But this type of design is just extra special. It really captures your attention. It makes you sit up and go, wow. It's just very well done. It's very thoughtful. Double layer. This is very tall. It's got prongs. And Melly, yes, Melly, I'm pretty sure Melly sent the info. But you know what? Do it again. And I'm going to say that because, look at that. Goes with my shirt. I'm going to say that because I didn't close the clutch all the way. Let me do that. I didn't, hi, Kathy Circus. I don't want to bother Melly right now. She sent me a text and, she's in family time. Aren't those fantastic? Starting bid of 22. You find the pins all the time, but you don't find the earrings, and you don't find them this well done, which is hence the pins are still going for $15, $20. So 22 for these, probably about 2-inch across. The clip-on part still works so well. Is a very fair price. Kathy Wiseman, you crack me up. Yeah. And my Captiva, please let me know that I did, Kathy. I put the link in my chat. Oh, and you did it, and it worked? Did it work? Oh my God. You get a Bentley, and you get a Bentley, and you get a Lamborghini, and you get a Porsche. Oh my gosh. You don't know. I just now have to figure out how to pin it. That makes me so happy. I have been on the struggle bus with this for so long. These are 1 1/4 inches in diameter. I have been on the struggle bus with this. Oh my gosh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Party, 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 party. Party at my house. You just got to get up here. And you got to not be afraid of those bears. Although, so far they've stayed outside. We're hoping it remains that way. But they were out there last night. Mama has 2 babies. They're only like a month old. they're breaking in somewhere every day since the babies started walking with mommy. It's kind of a heart pounding moment. Yeah, there's something about Kathy, three. So there, I have 3 dots on the side. And Jen, Janine's told me you just paste it in and then the 3 dots, you just pin it. I'm like, cool. Except that's only to delete people. So I don't know, man. I'll get there. Thank you all for looking. So let me ask you this, because this is an interactive deal. Anyone remember those earrings on anyone's mom or grandmother? I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. Okay. This. And, I could still wear them. They stay on. Oh, danger, danger. Ooh, we're on the earring train. Let's stay there. Let's stay there for a minute. I think these also oh no, these are West Germany. Let's stay there. Whoa, my whole screen just went whooshy whooshy. Sorry, y'all. Okay. You know, I love these. Love these. The only issue, they are West Germany, and they say West Germany. And I read, yes, right here. Kathy, that's hilarious. Right here it says West Germany. And unfortunately, these are clip-ons. Unfortunately, there's one place with damage on these. Total Carmen Miranda action. Boat people. Kathy, that could be taken in a lot of ways. I'm assuming you mean yacht. Kathy, look at these. These go like this. These are, God, they have to be, they're like a ceramic. Totally Carmen Miranda. But you see the problem? This one is missing that one spot of red. Now, Rich, yeah, there you go. I don't really care. And I was looking around for like a nail polish or a Sharpie or a something where I could just fill that color red in. And I do have a ton of things to draw with, but they're mostly pencils. So I couldn't find it. But that's all you would need to do. And these are hot collectibles. These are hot. West Germany, 1949 to about 56? After the war. Bananas. I don't know what that is. Orange, strawberry, apple, some tropical fruit, because this is a takeoff on Carmen Miranda. And these are, again, those ear climbers. This is the wrong direction because you're going to poke in your face. Well, I don't think they're plastic because that's what I thought at first. In the back here, this is the only one where the yellow paint has come off. And This feels much more like a composite or ceramic. So these again are ear climbers where you have to put them on the correct side because of the bananas, or else they're going to poke you. West Germany made some of the best costume jewelry out there. And the only reason these are $15 is because this needs a fill-in with a red nail polish. I would wear them without it and I wouldn't care. But, And their ear climbers, see, again, we talked about it yesterday, how they climb up all the way to here and stick way out. They're so cool. Yeah. So West Germany made quality costume jewelry, and it's riveted on. I mean, these are not going anywhere. It's just that this got next to something and got chipped, and the piece on the back on the other one, the banana, same thing. But as long as you store your acrylic paint, 100% easy fix. And these, oh heck yeah. These would be fun in your hair. Now, we can't really see that because it's over that way. But there you go. And honestly, it's because it's West Germany and because it's that fruit salad Carmen Miranda theme of the 1950s, West Germany. Chicka, 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 chicka. Now, see, I did that. I know better. You need to put it on a barrette, this type of clip. Some clips you don't, like the confettis I've shown. But they're going to remain. Oh, 15. There you go, my Captiva. I mean, yeah, God. Even cha-cha-cha, my Captiva. I mean, honestly, if nothing else, decorate your hair, but put them on a bobby pin because the clip is pretty heavy. Put them in a shadow box. I love them. Thank you. Yeah. Good for you. So listen, I'm just going to do real quick. Been talking about them for a while. I love them. And I would have been asking $30 if they didn't have that little nick. So yay. Shoes. Totally. I'm so glad that you like them. I love them. And that's a lower end, high end, but still. Okay, so these go in a nice bag, and they also are going inside the bag in tissue paper. And they're going to be packed on the very top of your box because they're not that fragile, but they're fragile enough. I don't want them to get even more nicked, if you will. So they're not packed very well like this, but I will pack them better. Thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. And they're going to a home that I can trust. Banana fruit. West Germany. Earrings. Yay, love them. My Captiva. Where's my Captiva's bag? Uh-oh. You have my Captiva. What color bag do you have? Uh-oh. I don't know. I know you have one. Come on. I know you have a bag, my Captiva. That's Zen. Where's my Captiva's bag? That's Melly. Poor Melly. Hey, anyone who, I'm going to say it again. You put out, oh, there's a bag of Zen. If you put out good, if you light candles, if you pray, whatever you do, please do that for Melly and her family. Good Lord. Okay. My Captiva, how is it in any way possible that I don't have? There it is. I'm looking like everywhere in the world for your bag, and it's right in my face. Isn't that just the way life is? Good thing it's a Friday chill day. Yeah. Hope is all we can do. I'm going to try to see if she'll talk to me over the weekend. I'm giving her time to process. Yeah. I want to talk about this, and I want to tell you all what I think. And I'm going to put in a starting bid. I've had this for, early 80s. It was mine. It's too small now, and I need to get off of it. But I'm going to tell you what I think it is. And I'm going to ask you what you think. And then we're going to test it. I have my testing kit over here. I popped this up, I think, at the beginning of this week. To show people what I was going to be bringing later in the week. That is, I think, let's see if it splits. You know what I should keep over here? Alcohol pads. Something like that. So there is I've never been able to find any kind of stamping in here. It's got this. It's very delicate. This is artisan done. This is not mass produced. I think it's turn of the century. And it was I believe it was one of two things. It was either to just go on your wrist, because, all the ladies were so tiny, or because I watch so much turn of the century shows, as much as I can. I mean, I watch things like The Gilded Age over and over. I watched Downton Abbey. I can't tell you how many times. Or, how the ladies wore they had their dress up here and then just a short cap sleeve, and they would wear these on their upper arm. And believe me, they were so small. I mean, if you had to get into whalebone corsets and all that, you didn't need a whole lot. You were tiny. So it could have been an upper arm cuff. I used to wear it right here because I was 110 at 36, 24, 36 prior to getting pregnant. And when I got pregnant, not only did I discover that I liked food, but I discovered, but I had preeclampsia. And so I was on bed rest for the last 3 months to not give birth prematurely and to not harm the baby. And the midwife put me on this strict diet of you must eat this much protein and this much this and drink, 3 gallons of water a day in bed. So I gained a lot of weight, and genetically, women in my family don't lose it. So that kind of measurements and weight has never been achieved again. But I think this is either gold plated or actual gold. And that's what I think it is. I don't think it was for your wrist. I think it was for your upper arm. Thoughts, anyone, before I test it or as I'm testing it? Do y'all think I'm just crazy and have made up a whole story, which is entirely possible? But I've never seen an object like this besides this one. And to back this up, this super thin piece like this, it might just be gold plated. These bracelets here, these bangles, these were my grandmother's. And they are like 10-carat gold plated because they were really poor. And I have some, like you can see the ding on this. I have some that because I wore them and never took them off for like 20 years. I have some where the gold has just completely worn off. So anyone want to chime in with what you think it might be? And if you think I'm full of crap, I mean, this is a safe space to say, no, I think it's modern, or I don't think it's going to be gold, or that could be that, or I had one of those. Well, my Captiva, let's test it though. I'm going to test it, okay? Because if it's not gold, it's still incredible, and it's tiny. If it's not gold, I'm going to lower the price by a little because it's still totally unique. But I want to be sure. Gold plated, I can't. There's no way for me to know. You have a similar one? Well, there you go. Where did you get your similar one, Tinker? Whoa. I got to get up. I just got this stuff just came. When I open the top, it's all over my fingers. I'll be right back. Wowzer. I'm coming back. So I gotta tell you all, I just learned something. There is, they didn't know, Goodwill. Oh, maybe it's for me. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm one of those people who takes chemicals and like warnings of this stuff is deadly. It's gonna kill you. Don't touch it. Don't wash your hands immediately. Blah blah blah. Like super seriously. So it took me a long time to get up the courage to even use this stuff. And just now, I don't know, I guess from it being sideways in the bag, it spilled all over the place. And, that was a good minute or longer that it was on my hand. I just rinsed it off with water as no big deal. So I think if it got in my eye, that would be a thing. But so now I know I don't have to panic so much. Okay. Sorry. Now let's test it. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think it could be a leaf or a feather. Artist interpretation. I love finding things at Goodwill that we don't know what they are, that they don't know what they are. I cannot believe that happened. I'm glad it happened live because that way too, I wasn't all like, yeah, It's just like, well, let me go deal with this. It's all good. Well, it's holding the gold color at 14 karat. I mean, let me put a towel under here. Oh, you can't see because of the shadows. Dang it. You can't see, but trust me when I tell you, why can't you see that? Maybe you can. It's holding the color for that long. So it's at least 14 karat gold. Oh, it only needs it if after 30 seconds nothing has disappeared and now it's been an entire minute and I can still see the gold lines under there and it didn't instantly burn up. It is at the very least 14 karat gold or higher. Mm-hmm. Wow. So I was right this whole time. I was right. So there you go. Nice. No, no. No, I'm happy to. I've had this for a long, long time. And you know what? It I think it's turn of the century and I think it's probably worth double. No, my Captiva. I I'm I want to sell it and you're offering to buy it at 25. If I my Captiva, I wish, thank you and thank you and thank you. I really wish that I had. Why is this doing this to me? Come on, chat. I wish that I had enough people watching at once that if I repriced it, I would have a bidding war. But I don't. I mean, I still stick to my high prices, but I don't think it's plated because I've had it for so long. But I'm not an expert on gold. I know. But then you won't buy it. But then you won't buy it. And, and I've had it for years and years, decades. And I'm not a gold expert. I know. No, my Captiva said that she was in at 25. If I post a higher price, then she's not going to bid. No one's going to bid, and I'll never sell it. So thank you all. If it's worth more. So if someone wants to come in at, for me, I don't start asking you to go higher until after 25, after 50. So you'd need to come in at 26 or something. No. I'm okay with it. And see, no one else is even going to come in at 26, even though we know it's at least 14 karat gold. That's what I mean. So there's people here watching if they were interested. they would come in. I just, unfortunately, or I don't know, it could be fortunate for me. I don't have a big enough audience, so it is yours. Enjoy this. It's a unique, special piece. But Tinker says she has one, so hey, who knows? I don't know. Tinker. And Tinker said hers was sterling silver. Happy Ducky Tinker. If it looks like gold, but it tested sterling, you need to test it again with 14 karat and 18 karat solution gold. Yep. Yeah. No. This 14. Youcher. 14K, and it held steady for a minute and a half, and even when I wiped it off, it was still there. So yep, fantastic, great buy. I'm happy again that it's going to a good home, and I do think it's turn of the century. So because it's so tiny, you don't have go bug a jewelry store. Go bug a jewelry store and say, my aunt recently, passed on, and I inherited this, and I'm really curious if it's, blah, blah, blah. Could you please help me out? That's what I would do. Okay. Well, that was fun. And I'm so happy I was right. Okay, now. This is going to be just a puzzle before I put a price in. Yeah, you can get stuff at Amazon for, the kit is like, I don't know, $16 or $18 for a real basic. Now, see, it didn't hurt my fingers in any way, but they're a little dry. But it didn't hurt my fingers. So I don't have a Presidium. I've seen another one of these prizes, but Amazon has decent prizes. We all need to go get some Porsches over there. I don't want a Porsche, but whatever. I wouldn't mind a 1950s Thunderbird. I want a convertible as long as we're at it. So this is a bar pin. And you see this down here, the purple. Looks like an amethyst. This is green glass. This is just blue enamel. It is not signed. This puts out a ton of sparkle. Well, not a ton, but a lot. Now, see that? It is about 3 inches, 3.5 inches across. Any guesses as to if this is vintage and if this is amethyst or if this is a repop? And this is really cool because this is like a scroll. Doesn't that look like a scroll? It's on a bar, right? That's a bar, a metal pole. And then you have this same design here as you do here. Now remember, I don't have a Presidium. Any guesses? If you saw this in someone else's sale or you saw it at a thrift store and you picked it up, what would you think? You know nothing really about jewelry. Yeah, I can relate. I used to know nothing. Now I know too much and I'm only learning more all the time. Okay, so let me give you some clues. That's enameled. That doesn't really mean anything, except it kind of does. Absolutely, enameling was done, forever, right? Baked in enameled coloring. Green glass. Yeah, forever and ever. Costume jewelry, different pieces. It hasn't always been precious stones because everyone can't afford that. This, you could presume it's glass. You could presume that it is an amethyst. It's cut like one. It stands up like one. It's got the whole vintage look going on, right? Yes, exactly. But where did I put my little bag? Where'd my little bag go? But it's not. It's a reproduction. Likely 80s, possibly 90s. It's a reproduction of a vintage pin wherein this would probably still be glass, but this would be an amethyst. How do I know that? Well, this metal with those painted brushed gold like that on the back, it would just be a straight gold or a pot metal, okay? It would not, if it was turn of the century, the pin back would not be poking out. Turn of the century, I'm talking, actual literal 1900s, 1910. It would not be poking out way far necessarily. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. But the bigger takeaway from this is that this is closed. Generally speaking, although not all the time, but pretty much, if it's a gemstone, it's going to be open to the light to really shine and show all the inclusions and make it look even grander than it was. And it's closed to the light. So it's a reproduction, and you can find them online for just about the price I'm asking. It is still a beautiful, beautiful piece. And I love it. Right. I buy what I like. I'm not trying to buy gold or sterling or I pick up what I like, and I like a lot of costume. So this is a reproduction, but it's still pretty dang splendid. And it's quite big. So this would be something that both a lady or a gentleman would wear, and they would not wear it over here like this. Back then, it would have been worn right here on your dress or right here on your cravat, or your lady's tie, and it would have been a real gemstone, and it would have been worn as like your main piece of jewelry with maybe some very tiny earrings. This would be, the thing that stood out, and it would be made either in birthstone colors for a mom or to match a particular outfit you had if you were really rich. So that's a way to recognize something like this. Now, in terms of just your costume jewelry, it doesn't take away anything for me. But, you know, doesn't take away anything. I love it. I would wear it, but it's not vintage. Okay. So see, this is a type of thing that I did on Fridays for a long time, and I enjoy it. I just slow down and we talk about stuff, and y'all talk to me. And the stone, hold on, I put it back in here. But the other thing about it is the purple stone in here. I put it in the bag already because, that's how I roll. If you looked with a loupe, you would find little tiny imperfections or you would not find that it was perfect and shown in the same place on each side, and that would indicate a foil backing, right? You would look and it would not be exactly the same. It would look like a mineral. There would be something that jumps out at you that says, oh, this is a mineral, as opposed to glass. Glass might have an air bubble. This particular one is most likely on foil. Yeah, okay. We're all going to know what this is. At least I hope we are by now. Any of us who are, avid jewelry people. And I am. I mean, I can't. I don't know. Y'all can't see, but there's just shelves over there with stacks and stacks of boxes from previous sales and a whole thing here and this whole cabinet thing over there and then boxes on the floor, and that's the jewelry for sale. Then I have my own jewelry upstairs. Then I have jewelry all around me here. Drive me nuts. Yes, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. So, you all are going to know what this is. Right? This is so good. What is this? I mean, don't tell me what it looks like. It's, but what brand is this? What decade is this from? This is this side of the world's abalone, because it's got the purples and the greens. Remember, the mother of pearl and / abalone, they're pretty much the same thing, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Okay, there's a little bit of other things with that make mother of pearl, but a lot of it is from abalone. But this colorations is most often in the western part of the world. The eastern has the browns. So, hi Angelica, how are you? Yes, overflow of jewelry. No, yes, I'm addicted. I mean, why do you think I sell jewelry? Oh my God. This is it's not alpaca. It's actually a MCM Texco 925 1960s piece. Now here, the pin back is out. 50s, 60s, the pin backs were always out. Here's the Texco, the 925, and Mexico is in there. It is, I don't have to test it. It is sterling silver. It is a Mayan warrior. These are the headdress with the feathers going up like that and then swirling down. And this, so that could be one of two things. they did wear also the feathers down like that, but they also, the Mayans, wore the really big earrings. So I'm not sure. Like, yeah, this is a classic Taxco MCM 1960 sterling silver piece, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is 2.25 inches long, and from nose to back of earring, maybe dropped feather, I'm not sure, 1.25. Same with this top feather. And it's really, really, really pretty. The other thing I will say, that maybe further down in South America, abalone, because it's got such screaming greens and purples. I know here on the West Coast in, the United States of America, we don't get abalone that's quite that lavender. And then something I haven't pointed out, and y'all have probably not noticed, is that he has an onyx sliver for an eye, maybe obsidian, probably obsidian. And this is tiny pieces of crushed turquoise. Teeny tiny little crushed turquoise on his face. So there you go. Oh, my Captiva. My Captiva. I love South America. I want to, bucket list. If my back wasn't so screwed up, and pray, manifest, if these procedures make it so that I can actually walk and travel again, not only do I want to go across the United States and see all my reseller friends and do all of that, I want to go to the pyramids. I've wanted to do that since I was 10 years old. Since I was 10 years old. And I love Taxco art in general. Okay, so we talked about that for a long time. Someone would have needed to have come in at 45 or higher, and they didn't. So thank you, my Captiva. I've had him for just a little while, and guys, coming your way now. It's beautiful. This is one of those pieces that I will probably, thank you, I will probably see again at some point, but it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. And he's in a little box. He comes in his own little box. Oh, yeah. Well, Millie is the person. I have this type of stuff currently limited. I have a ton of sterling silver pendants and charms back here. And I'm waiting on the chains. Working on the chain gang. Because I'm slowly but surely increasing and changing. I'll never not do costume, but I'm adding more and more semi-precious and sterling silver. But I'm never going to leave costume. I'm just not. because I love it. Okay, so I'm going to put in the starting bid, but not until we talk about it for a little bit. I'm not going to actually click the button. Now, these are screw-on earrings, and I think they're just brass tone. I'm pretty sure. You can see around the edges right there on the back. You can't see it in the front, but on the back, the stuff around the edges is the old glue. The only way to fix old glue like this with these really old, like this is a really nice screw-on earring back, and I would want to keep them, but you can get this off with like Gooby Gone, or by soaking, and then all the glue will come off, and then you can re-glue it with Gorilla Glue, right? However, in doing that on any piece, you need to consider the whole piece, all right? So in this particular whole piece, I would not do that. And I would not do that because these are thin little old mother of pearl slices, hand cut with these old acrylic. I'm going to check if they're lucite, and green rhinestone seahorses inside of the mother of pearl. It does, this mother of pearl, it's not showing so well. It's paper, it's like wafer paper thin. See if I can get it. Like, see if I put my, let's try that again. See how you see my finger through it? Wafer thin. And it has lots of pinks and some green. And these are also glued in. It's kind of like a little cup. And you see this little blister thing? That may have been where, a pearl, something was irritating the surface. But so now the reason why I would not soak these on the back is for fear of ungluing the seahorse. Right? So that's one. This is the second one. I feel like my light is blowing out any pinks and purples, and I apologize for that. I mean, I think you see it a little bit. So these are something that you would have got by the seaside. On your travel, you would have stopped along the East Coast somewhere, at a casino, and where all the rides are, and have been since what? Like, good Lord, since Prohibition, there's been rides along the seaboard on the East Coast. I think these are probably late 50s, early 60s. And this would have been something, either a prize that you won in a game, or you would have purchased for your lady friend to take home and remember the trip. And so the starting bid, and I love them because I'm all about unique. And I mean, when I say that, I bring a lot of stuff that's just like, whatever. But I also bring at least half that it's just different. It's just different. And they're not, I promise you, hold on. I got a piece of wet paper towel right here. I'm checking something. I haven't shown these in a long time, and then I think I showed them like 2 or 3 times in a row and stopped showing them because so I decided to put them in this high-end sale. I'm checking. So water, yeah, it's just my time where I slow down, y'all. Yeah, there's tons of color. I just don't think y'all are seeing it. And let's check if they're lucite and if they glow. I'm pretty sure I just got to see it had that brown. Yeah, water. I just got rid of it. It was just dirt. It was just dirt. And that's what I thought. Let's see if they're lucite seahorses. I have a collection of, well, I'm pretty sure they are. I have a collection of, bubblegum charms from like the 1930s to 1950s and Cracker Jacks charms, a whole little box of them. So I don't know if you can see, I feel like that's just blowing it out. The seahorse, yeah, it's blowing it out. The seahorse glows green, just slightly. But what's happening is the mother of pearl is just making it not, I don't think you can see anything about that. Yeah. So there's a little bit of lucite in there. So that would make sense to me. Early 60s. Okay. Moving on. I'm just trying to show you examples of things that are interesting and fun. And the reason why costume jewelry gets me all hot and bothered. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Tanya, aren't you having a consignment sale? Is it over already? Maybe it is. I guess it's been 3 hours. Tanya, Morro Bay, making sterling silver looped chain necklace, or what? You are living your best life. I mean it. Mm. And I'm sure it was wonderful. I saw that you were coming on an hour before me, and I was like, oh no, everyone's going to be over with Tanya because, she's got all the best stuff. And then I had to go, wait a minute, rewind. Everyone has a place. But it's true, Tanya. You work hard. And you have stuff that is just, yeah. So this is my talk and discuss, what I think stuff is, how people can date it, with my limited knowledge, okay? I always have to say that, my limited knowledge. So this is the back. This is a really good one. And these is that a hair on there? I see a hair. Let's get that off of there. Probably mine. I own several of these, and then I bought a couple a while back, like 8 months. And these have almost tripled in value in that time. And I'm not sure why. So there's the back. Here's this classic clasp that's usually indicative of right up to before the war or right after World War II, when it has this kind of Art Deco clasp, if you will, instead of just a regular fold over. Additionally, it has triangular, just little metal cutouts instead of your jump ring. See that? Totally different style. It is not sterling silver, but it is a fabulous baby blue double strand thin, comes apart for the cat eye glass. That is a light blue with white. That's old Czech glass. That's another reason. Now, Czech glass is still being used to this day. There's still Czech glass out there. There's a ton of it. But this is an older piece. Now, this is an older piece. So, Czech glass, I think it was the beginning of, right before World War II. They, see that glass? Other countries, I believe it was Austria, and then down to West Germany and Japan, sent train cars up to the Czechoslovakian glass factories and got all this glass and beads out of there before the war. And to this day, Japan and Austria still has some of it, although most of it has made its way over to America, the Czech glass, and we can still find it and buy it today. It's incredibly expensive. Japan, after World War II, in the end of the 50s, and this glass has like an opalescent, layered blue-gray effect. Japan was actually taught by Czech glassmakers in America how to make very similar glass, and it is called cherry glass. So it is similar to this white in there, but different. And if I had a piece, I would show it to you. And they made what's called cherry glass from about the 1960s to the almost 1970 costume jewelry. So this piece with these three huge, beautiful pieces, I hope the colors are coming across. I never know if they are for sure or not. Starts at $63, and it's like a purple lavender blue. It's hard to explain. If you take a screenshot and go look this up online, these are selling for over $100 right now. This fits me exactly at a 7.25. So I would take it down to a 6.5 at the most, and then it'll drop down as far as those silver mangles on me. But yeah, there's no extender, and it's not something you can take apart. The other way to try to date this, really, the clasp is a good giveaway because of the deco look. This kind of square link. But now, some people will tell you these are absolutely 50s and no way 30s. Other people will say they're both. And then you always want to look at the back for the metal and see if the construction is really smooth and quality, or if it's just some sloppy pot metal. That's going to tell you a lot. So again, I hope you're seeing the depth of all that. But if you take a screenshot and look it up, you don't have to buy it. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with keeping it around. Like I said, I have a couple, and I'm okay with keeping it around for a while longer. The right person will come along. But now you have a couple clues when you're looking at stuff to try to be able to date it. And again, please remember, I am not an expert. I've just been doing this for a long time, costume. And there's certain things I can just immediately be like, oh, when I'm watching a sale, I'm like, oh, they missed that. Ooh, and grab it. And then there's other things that I'm wrong about. Wow, imagine that. There's other things that I'm wrong about. And there's things I don't know at all. And I learn from other people. I learned, like with Tanya and Melly. I learn about sterling silver and precious gemstones. I got to turn my fan off, sorry. Every time I listen to them talking, because that's an area in which I'm deficient. So, I am 80% knowledgeable and 20% a total idiot. Okay. Just so we're clear. Hi, Jen. Tanya. I mean, some days I feel like I should be saying that. Hi, Jen. How are you? I hope you're feeling fully better by now. Fully all done with the summer cold. Yeah, some days, Tanya, I feel like I should say, I don't know anything. Here's this. Here's a price. So that I don't get in trouble. Honestly. And just in general, because, the world out there is a little, people get crazy and they get mad. But listen, I always say this and I'm going to say it again. So the only thing these clip-on earrings say is patent pending on the back. If I ever sell you something and you get it and you're unhappy with it, not because you regretted spending the money, but you're unhappy with it because you get it home and you get it in the mail and you open it and you're like, I don't know what she's talking about, but this is crap. This is nothing like what she said. There's no way it's from the 50s. It's broken. It's whatever. Just email me and I will refund you your money immediately. Yeah, my Captiva. Oh my God, I know. This is one of my favorite things of all time. This type of glass. Okay, so these are clip-on earrings. Let me show you the back. Watermelon glass is a huge weakness for me. These are 50s. Look at how well the metal is. The production, it's got, I have it in that terrible type of padding that the prongs catch on everything. But so watermelon glass literally looks, it's more pink. And it looks like the green outside of a watermelon and the pink inside. This still has that going on, but it's got more green than usual. This is very special. The prong setting is really great. The middle, look how huge that is. The stone. These are beautiful. You wish you were a blingy girl. just stopped raining. Oh no. 80%. Well, Jen, are you in one of these? I can't remember where you are. Are you you're in Florida, right? You're not where all the horrible hurricanes and or tornadoes have been going through. Yes, there was a tropical storm, but then all these tornadoes lately have just been freaking me out. These are so beautiful. This colored glass, so the way that they make watermelon glass, or this deep purple, greens, and pinks, even oranges are in this, is with a foil. There's a foil back under there that allows the glass to change these colors. So this is one of those items where this is in perfect shape. If you were to get these wet, the foil would lift up off the back, and that's why they say never get rhinestones wet. And they talk about, have you ever heard someone talk about dead rhinestones? It's because they're either paste with foil or there's something like this with a foil, and the minute it gets wet, the foil starts to lift. Look at the cut on that, like it's a real gem. And so then when the foil starts lifting, the colors go away, the white rhinestone turns gray, it's done. Yes, in the panhandle of Florida. Yeah. Yep. Well, a little bit of rain I could handle, but the tornadoes that have been going on, I don't know how people live there. I would much rather be in California and maybe there's an earthquake one day than to know that these tornadoes are going to happen every year, and they're just getting worse and worse, freaking me out. They're 1 1/4 inches long and about an inch wide, and it stands up tall, that stone, from the bottom of the surrounding ones to the middle, almost half an inch. These are some really gorgeous. And again, so remember all of that, the prong setting, and remember to always check the back and see if it's really smooth, really welded together really well, or if it's just some, crappy pot metal. Now, sometimes crappy pot metal on a beautiful object will donate old Victorian, because they just did a crappy pour, but it's still gold plated, or it's beautiful glass, or so there's always exceptions to the rules that I'm talking about here. Okay. And please, again, remember that I'm not an expert. No, I'm not. This is just kind of my day that I did for a long, long time, where I just, instead of frantically worrying about selling stuff, I just hang out with y'all and talk and tell you things, and you tell me things, and hopefully make a few sales, which I have, but it allows me to breathe, especially with the bear activity that just happened last night. And my partner is not here, so I'm a little like, oh my God. Every time I go outside, I now am carrying the bear spray and a bear balm, and my head is on a swivel. And I've lived with bears the whole time I've been here, but never like this. Never like this. These are nuisance bears, and they're freaking me out. They're freaking me out. Ooh, let's do this. Anyone who hasn't seen my short, which I did, I said, this is for my family at the very beginning, because I thought I filmed a whole thing for YouTube and it wasn't there, and I can't walk very well with my stenosis in my back. So when I got back in and I saw that stump video was gone And then the one for YouTube was gone. I was like, oh, screw it. And I just uploaded one with a swear word. What was the second thing? It's a bear bomb. So it's just kind of like a square little thing like this. And it looks like a lock, like a swivel lock that you put you undo the key down here and then this opens, or you do like this and you tuck that in. And so this pulls out and you throw it and it makes noise like you wouldn't believe. So to scare the bear, similar to banging on pots and pans, but you don't want to get that close. So you take it out and throw it, and hopefully that scares the bear. Because, yeah, you don't exactly want to be close enough to a bear that you have to use bear spray. If you're that close and you got to use bear spray, you're in trouble. So hopefully that never happens. I mean, we had an agreement that they come out at night and I come out during the day, and that worked up until this summer. Yeah, so we'll see. This, I've shown it so many times. This is a starting bid of 60. Tripwires would be nice. Yeah. Well, electric fences, bear mats, which are nails and boards that poke up that you put underneath every window, underneath every door, and then you have to remember to remove them every dang night, or you can get electric mats to, that it's a whole thing. That's why I don't have chickens. My garbage, every time the bag is full, like a gallon, 40-gallon, whatever, it goes to the dump. I spray ammonia everywhere, every night, under everything. Yeah. So anyone know the maker of this? Look at these colors. Why would I be asking $60 for this pen? It is about almost 3 inches. Yeah. See, and I have a dog. The cat is inside, but, I have a little dog. And so what if he has to go potty in the middle of the night? And, I open the door and I totally forget. And not only him, but me, now we're on nails. Or there's an electric mat and we get electrocuted. That's not going to work. But they don't like ammonia. So I have a mixture of water and ammonia, and I walk around the house spraying underneath every window and door. You should see the stump. It's like fat wood. Just the claw marks, just with these huge chunks of wood. It's crazy. One on each side, so I assume each cub is taken aside. So does anyone know who this is? With the opening, see how these are open like they're precious gemstones on the top? And there is 4 different colors of green. Yeah, and electric mats, they're like $500. Yeah, I don't think so. So there is a kind of like a peridot green at the very bottom, and up at the top with the dark green glass, and at the bottom of the medium green. And then there is the same, like, dark, shiny emerald green. That's the word I'm looking for. Emerald green. And then there is the light in the dark colored green. This is a designer, Juliana or DNE piece. And $60. Again, these are currently going for a lot. And this is a big, beautiful one. So this is flower heads coming up, and this is the leaves. Maybe these are buds that are just starting to open, and then you have the rhinestones here, here, and here. Gold tone, not gold. It's just in the 60s. It's absolutely stunning. So take a screenshot, think about it. It's here. And I wish I could tell you about how to really know if it's a designer. There's books out there. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. It's 4 inches long. It's 4 inches long. And I will say, and it's 1.5 inches wide at its widest. I will say there is a lot of people who use that word, Juliana or Deanie, much too loosely, too frequently, and too easily. I am careful about that. I know that this is one of those pieces, just by how well made it is and how it's open in the back and everything about it. But then, for instance, I have a bunch of designer earrings that I've been showing lately. And some of them, I just say these are designer earrings because they don't have multiple colors. They're not open in the back. They don't have, sometimes there's a classic figure 8 pattern you're looking for on something like earrings, or a very fancy brooch. So I can't share a lot of information about how you would figure out if it's really a designer piece. I'll tell you, if it hits you like, whoa, this thing is beautiful. It's got opening in the back. Look at all the different colors. Look at how well designed it is. Look at the back, the metal. Then you might have something, and you might just have a really nice pair of earrings. Like, I had a pair yesterday, if not a couple pairs. As long as we're doing this, because I'm about to end these. We'll just do a contrast and compare. And I'll take that down. You know where it is if you decide you're interested. And since there's a few new people here, if we could all light a candle, send good intentions, send prayers to Melly and family, I would greatly appreciate that. Like I said earlier, I'm going to give her a call this weekend, but I'm definitely leaving her alone right now. But I would, she would appreciate that. So if you do anything like that, one consciousness, whatever you do, that would be great. So I showed these yesterday. These are designer earrings, AB. These are ear climbers. They're actually backwards. These are incredible. But I cannot say that these are, a Deanie, Juliana, because for me, I don't know, because they only have one AB type of rhinestone. Even though they have all the different cuts, they're super fancy, they're layered, they have, all the really good metal and kind of a little bit of a figure 8 going on. They don't have the things that I know make it for sure, like open to the light, different colored stones. So all I can say on these is that they're incredible ear climbers. I got them backwards again. Incredible ear climber designer earrings, right? Which way do they go? These are so fun. This way. I love these. And these I had yesterday. And these start at 23. But I can't say these are that. And I wouldn't say that. I just say they're designer. And they're ear climbers because they go all the way up to right under here. And they go out. And they're just fancy. Fancy smancy. I mean, this is what my grandma used to wear. Yep. I wear long lucite. So now in these, I could see that's where I'm saying I know quite a bit and then I don't, because these could be, but they don't have the things that I have learned to look for. So I cannot say, and I won't say that they are that. But with that pin, I absolutely will say that. Fancy smancy. Yes, ma'am. Fancy smancy. Okay. What should I close on, y'all? What should I close on? My timer went off, meaning that I'm supposed to close. Oh, I was going to go over those. That would take too long right now. Okay, how about this? Fancy smancy. How about this? This, now we just talked about, it was totally different, but has the same kind of things in a way and then not in another way. This is last piece today. This is sterling silver. It is, I know this because of buying it, 24.6 grams of sterling with little lapis inset. It is a hinged cuff. It is solid sterling silver. Oh, Tanya, if you're still here, I bought this from you, the bypass, and I love it. I've gotten a lot, the guest bar, I've gotten a lot of compliments. Oh, hi, Pamela. How's it going? So, hold on, honey. I absolutely will do that. How are you? This is the one I always get. So you just press down and pull open. So before I help Pamela, any guesses as to where this came from? It's an oval square bangle. Any guesses? We had an object earlier. Because it's a hinged cuff, it goes on me no problem. There's about that much room. I'm a 7.25. It's not shut, so there'll be a little bit less. I would say it could go down to a 6.5, again, hanging further down. Any guesses where this was made? No? Here's the hinge. Okay. It is a Mexico MCM Texco piece. Peru. Why not? Good enough. Because of the Mayan warrior, right? Totally. So there's all the hallmarks. It's a really beautiful, beautiful, heavy bracelet. I love this. And you just press down and in. So I'll tell you what, hi, Billy. I'll tell you what I did forever with this. I just did it again. I try to press this down like as if that's going to magically pop the whole thing open. It does nothing. You just press this down, this part of the bracelet. This is not a magic button. So don't make the same mistake I made. I'll give you the inside measurements. And again, 24.6 grams. So, and it's only 2.25 inside. So, I usually am a 2.5. It goes on because it's the hinge, square oval. So 2.25 means size 7 to 6.75. Lots of Mexico isn't there. What do you mean, my Captiva? Okay, hold on. So that was my last item of the night. And I mean, it's, where did I put it? Hey, where did I put it? I started it. Did I not pull the price over? Oh, I never did. Well, that's just dumb as a bag of nails, but not surprising at all. There you go. $92 is the starting bid. I'm so sorry. I thought I had that up, and I'm like, 92. Starting bid of 92 for 24.6 grams. 1960s. Beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. It's worth every penny. Okay. So that's my little mini lesson in items today. And I did now. You would like, oh, the mother of pearl. I know. Pamela, my dear. Are we speaking about this one? Let me remove this since no one. Are we speaking of this mother of pearl with the not dyed howlite and the quartz crystal, etc.? What is going on with my comments? Hold on. YouTube is doing this new thing about comments, and I don't understand it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I did a quick, so to anyone who's curious, I did a quick run through of items from yesterday, dropping most prices by at least $5, some in half. At the very beginning, just a boom, 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 buy it now with just the object, nothing in the description. So if you want to go back and rewatch the beginning, there's about 10 to 12 items at a greatly reduced price available. Excellent, Pamela. Thank you. I love this. And you remember, if you were here yesterday, and I think you were, I had it on my neck and I had to get up and go in the bathroom because I couldn't undo it. It's a collar. And I wanted to show other necklaces, and it was in the way. That was funny. That was funny. Thank you, Pamela. It's really pretty. So there's a bunch of stuff, and Pamela knows. She went back and watched the beginning. Pamela knows what to do. How I run my sales. Pearl and howlite necklace. Okay. So, you're welcome. Thank you. So that's what's happening with me and Billy. How's the weather where you are? Hot, hot, hot? No doubt. As long as you don't have tornadoes, I won't worry too much. Yeah. So that's it for tonight. And I am taking a staycation next week. Taking a staycation. I will do a couple drop sales of items, but I really need to focus on my life. I need to clean up all my inventory. I need to sort it. I need to deal with stuff, upstairs. And my partner's not here, so I have to be extra slow and careful in all of that because I have a friend who can help me, but it's not the same. So yeah, I will have no sales except a couple, maybe 1 or 2 drop sales next week, and then I'll be back Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. My Captiva, you missed a lot. I don't know if you did, but thank you, everyone. Thank you. And everyone, have a blessed weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you in chats. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate all of you. Yes, I do. I couldn't be here without you. And remember to pray for those of us who are needing it, and there's a lot of us right now. Thank you.